and that's quick. Still so very happy that this game now works properly. I don't think I'm gonna do online mode with Mario Tennis for a little while, because it just makes me angry. I don't know if I want to be angry tonight, otherwise I would have played Bloodborne. There she is. Man, aside from the ridiculous shoulder pads, that suit is so fucking cool looking. So we're back. We're at the Sky Fortress. One of my favorite parts of the game. And really one of my favorite parts of any Metroid Prime game. I'm gonna say that there's some rumors going around about Retro currently. That they, are having some issues and that some of their employees... There's an article about it, I don't wanna tell tales out of school, so I'd say go type Retro news, or whatever, Retro developer news. It could be bullshit. You know, who the fuck knows anymore? But the idea is that some employees may have posted some not-so-great things saying that upper management is, fucked at the moment, and that they're really nasty. There we go, dead. And that some employees expect Nintendo to shut Retro down any day. Which, I mean, that's a little extreme and that's a little alarmist, and I think there's not really any evidence for that, but it is a news story that's been going around. People have been sending it to me. I figured it would be remiss of me to not at least mention it. Grain of salt, please. You know, don't believe everything you read, blah blah blah. But it's really interesting to me that we haven't seen anything from Retro. Especially at this particular E3, I mean, I was totally expecting something. I don't know. I just wish the best for them. They make very good games, and you know, I want to see them succeed. How was your day? It was okay. I was out for a bit, enjoyed some of the fucking scorching hot weather. So does anyone remember where to go? YouTube is off, thank you for the reminder. That sucked. Ah, yes. Oh, motherfucker! How hot is it in New York City? It's 97 here in Virginia. I think it was about 90-something today. Oh my god, stop that, please. So what's it like living in Virginia? Do you hear country roads all day, every day? Oh, you cock! Oh, that's the west of Virginia. Gotta reboot. They're corrupting me. There's an E-tank up there. It's hopefully what I will get. Now that that fucker is dead, I might be able to do this. God damn it. I was like, no, that one's not gonna turn electrical. Oh, man. So, my most viewed clip of all time happened yesterday. For anyone that didn't know, got posted around them internet, and, can you guess which moment it was? It was the corrupted suck of Purple Luigi. I rewatched the clip, and I did, like, these horrible noises. I was doing, Star Wars. That's impossible! I did that. I did lots of no. And I'm just like, really? Why, Vin? Why? That's my- really, that's my most viewed clip? I mean, you guys have the benefit of seeing me during the week, and you know that I'm at least 25% less wacky. But when I'm looking at corruptions, I say some really dopey shit, don't I? I mean, to be fair, that was an amazing corruption, and I knew that people were gonna be into it. I just didn't know it was gonna be that popular. That's, let's say, a little surprising, to say the bloody least. Anyway, the clip, which again, I'm not really looking for any of that anymore. If you can believe it. I think, as the years have gone by, I've decided to seek less and less of that kind of thing. So, if it gets posted and people like it, I mean, great. I'd prefer to keep a nice quiet existence. But, yeah, crazy how that in a couple, well, not a couple, but like 24 hours became this monstrosity of a Twitch clip that has been reposted over and over and over again. I don't know, Char. I don't know why they... It sometimes fails. I've had some fails on there from time to time. But it's mostly just clips. Oh, I can't get over there yet. I think I need the power bombs for that. Alright, so someone said something about Dark Torvus Bog for my next major upgrade. I don't know how true that is. I have to go to Torvus. That was the one thing I didn't want to revisit. Like, well, I know I had to, but I was really worried about revisiting Torvus. I like this game a lot more than I remembered liking it the first time around in the beginning. But the swamp is still, like, ass. Swamp ass, to be precise. Vinny, I watched The Last Jedi. I was expecting... I went in expecting a really shitty movie since you said it sucks, but it wasn't that bad. What the hell? I never really said the movie sucks. I'm not looking to engage in Star Wars chat for the next 2 hours, but I want to say this. It doesn't suck. It's just baffling. It's a mostly well-put-together movie with some really good scenes. It just pissed on a lot of things that characters might be, and it upset a lot of fans. And it had some walrus titty. And it also, contained things that didn't make any sense, like why didn't Holdo just explain to Poe what the fuck was going on? So, I liked it when I first saw it, and I think it's a fine movie, but it also has a lot of problems, and I think the people that are gonna find the most problems are the actual, fanatics of the Star Wars. And of course, they would do that. Of course that would happen. You know, to the point where they're like, we demand Disney remake this movie. I'm not actually going to the right place, am I? Fuck. You know what, a lot of it, I'm gonna say without getting too specific, there are aspects of the movie that felt very forced. Does that mean that fans should harass an actor? No. But there were things in the movie that felt forced, like, oh, we have to do this because this. Oh, we have to do this because this. Like, the real world is bleeding over into Star Wars in various ways, and that is what's upsetting a lot of fans. I'm able to overlook some of that if the movie is good, and it makes sense. And some of it did, and some of it didn't. So, I joke that it sucks, because that's kind of just where the zeitgeist is with that particular movie at the moment. But I mean, it's at least entertaining. And even me saying that is probably gonna get some people riled up. But that's what's going on there. The Planet Core! At least the Planet Core wasn't in that movie. You know, people are always... You know, you may rag on The Last Jedi, but let me tell you something. If Boss Nass and Jar Jar and Watto were in it, I could do all three of those characters. I could voice all of them. And is that really what you want? This, the layout of this whole area is, in typical Metroid Prime fashion, a bit confusing. Despite what I think is an exceptionally well done 3D map system, I still get very confused. But I also needed to specifically head to this one, Temple Grounds, and I did not do that. The Planet Core. People call for a remake of TLJ, but not the prequels. There's an unironic prequel of Renaissance happening right now, and I think it's because a lot of people that were like 5 when they saw them are now able to type on a computer, but only by a year or 2. You know, they're new to computers and typing, so they're like, "Fuck The Last Jedi! Fuck Rian Johnson! He should die!" Their favorite scene in the whole of Star Wars was when C-3PO was being put together in the robot factory and then was put onto a battle droid. Remember that classic scene? And then when they had to, Anakin had to avoid being chopped up in the factory? And then remember when Obi-Wan was talking to Dexter Jetster? The super cool 50s space diner owner? Someone in chat said, "Jesus, Vinny, you literally cannot comprehend people just liking stuff. Only a Sith deals in absolutes, my friend. Only a Sith. You're no match for him, he's a shit lord." But, Chancellor, shit lords are our speciality. No, let's be honest here. I know people like the prequels because they're fun movies. I don't hate the prequels. I like Revenge of the Sith. Oh, fuck. I figured out what was happening a little too late. I think Revenge of the Sith is actually a very watchable movie. And no amount of Red Letter Media telling me otherwise is gonna tell me, or gonna convince me not to, you know, watch the movie. I mean, it still makes me laugh in places where it shouldn't. But, I mean, it's watchable. The first two, though, I can't watch Phantom Menace without laughing. That movie is just hilarious to me. I think it's a modern... That is, like, almost for the same reason that I watch, The Room, will I watch Phantom Menace. And this is coming from someone who watched it in the theater, like, twice, and then had the VHS. But, I just think that they're really poorly constructed movies, but if you grew up with them when you were a baby, of course you'd like them more. You know, cynical old Vin here would rather watch, the original trilogy. But those are the ones I grew up on. And they're also better movies. They're just better made movies, I mean... And they're filmed on, like, real sets, and the characters make sense, and, you know, there's better writing. Yippee! There are no children actors. However, I'm not so foolish to realize that people don't have preferences, or do have preferences. Like, you know, some people are gonna like The Phantom Menace unironically better than Episode 5, because it's more fun, and there's, like, cartoon rabbits stepping in the doo-doo. I can't stop you. I would like to. I'd like to call the fucking police on you, but I'm, you know... That's the thing about personal tastes. And it coexisting in a world with, like, several billion other human beings. How rude! Someone just said prequels at least have better writing than the entirety of the Blizzard writing staff. Holy shit. Compared to some of the shit I say, like, I feel like I'm not throwing any shade compared to that. Anyway, here's a hamster. Okay, we're going back to Torvi. Lots of fun backtracking. When I say fun, I mean fuck! I know that Metroid's all about backtracking, but it's just, you know, slower in the Prime games because, you know, Samus is inherently slower in these games. But I guess the good thing about the backtracking is that when you have new tools in your inventory, you can find cool things that you missed previously. Okay, hang on a second, sorry about that. Let's see, where am I going? I know where I'm going. There's a couple cool upgrades on the way, and then we start getting, like, some of the big dick upgrades. And then the big dick upgrades kinda lead to the endgame hunt, and then endgame. So... But we also, if I remember correctly, haven't fought the most annoying boss in the game yet. Which is... You guessed it. I did? Oh, the Spider Guardian? I guess the Spider Guardian was pretty fucking annoying. Quadraxis is considered to be one of the more annoying bosses, from what I remember, but also... Maybe it's just a cool boss that's hard, as opposed to a fucking annoying boss that's annoying, which was Spider Guardian. I should hit up the save point. The Crash Bandicoot YouTube upload has an audio delay. No shit. Vappy's not here, huh? Okay, well I have to bug Bappy. Bappy, please fix. Please fix. We need one off as a title? I don't think we do. Not yet. What if I decide to stream a couple more levels? May not happen, but I want to give it some time before I totally dismiss it as, something that won't come back. I had fun with it. I mean, it is a fun game. It's really nostalgic. Even if I haven't had the most experience with the series, it reminds me of a simpler time. When games... Well, when the game was the game. And there was no one to harass on social media if you didn't like it. Or, you know, no one to harass on social media if Waluigi wasn't in Crash Bandicoot. Oh, you fuckers. How many times do I shoot? Did I scan these guys? Yeah, these guys are... Oh, they're dark. No wonder I can't fucking do what I need to do to them. So much health. Is there another one? So much ammo gone. Alright. So there's the Torvus Bog. Did you know that, the word bog is slang for toilet? I'll bet there's a couple people that didn't know that. At least ammo's somewhat abundant. Remember, if anyone here has never seen a Metroid game, this series does usually not have ammo for your beam weaponry. This is a really unique concept for this game specifically. And one that I approve of. I think it's really well done. But it's usually just missiles and power bombs that you have to worry about in terms of ammo. Teach us more toilet lore. Well, there was once a man from Nantucket whose name was John, and he was so shitty that there's a slang. I'm gonna use the John. Oh, sorry, John Terp. Well, I mean, you do make awful games, or at least you head the awful jams. So... I think it's like kind of a badge of honor. I just made that up about the John. I don't know why it's called the John. I have no idea. Toilets are also called the head. Gotta use the head, or like the bathroom, the head. Vinny, do you read donation messages? If you can find a donation button on this page, I will award you with my own donation directly to you. In other words, no. I don't do bits either. I mean, I don't have a choice with them. We have this conversation like once a month, but... Yeah, they're enabled. No, I don't want them. And I don't, call them out. I don't have the messages pinned. I don't, talk about them. It's very nice of you, though. Very, very kind of you, and I appreciate it. If, after watching the half hour I've been live today, and you have decided that you wish to donate, there's either something really wrong with you, or something really wrong with me. Or it's both. Like, there's a symbiosis of wrong. Oh, that's how you do it. Dark Beam OP. Dark Beam extremely OP. Hang on a minute. I fucking love this music so much. Thank you, whoever sent me bits. God damn it, I just broke my own rule. No more! Listen, I don't know what to do with that dollar now. You know, I feel obligated to spend the dollar. What am I gonna do with it? Stop. I could buy a Wendy's. I could buy one whole Wendy's. A spaghetti meatball. Okay. Hey, what is this? I'd give you bits if I didn't actually have to add some to my account. Oh, just to spite me? Don't do that. That's not nice. Someone said, I can't wait to resub just to spite you. This is turning into, like, master reverse psychology session, and I want no part of it any further. So we're gonna stop there. Do I have to go down into this area? Chat? I don't remember where the thing showed me. Yeah, I do. Oh, man, I just got out of the bog and now I'm here again. There's a super easy to get energy tank down there. Okay, that's something I want. Char, you absolute maniac. Best part of this area is the music. And it's not even a Metroid Prime 2 original. Which isn't a bad thing. I'm fine with it. Alright, the seahorses. They're literally not attacking me. And I'm doing this to them. But they refilled the suck real good. I have to go into, Dark World, right? So someone... The person that took the picture of me, at Too Many Games made an emote of that face I was doing. Considering it for a potential future emote. Vine Lear? Or Vine Really? I don't know. Vine Disappoint? You can't do a question mark in your emotes, right? Vine Sigh was also discussed. Not too crazy about having my face as emotes, which is why Vinegasm was moved to Frankerface. Though I would have been content with never seeing that again. Though I will say that that stank eye, I want to know who I was giving that stank eye to. Like, now I'm trying to, like, you know, rack my mind, and I'm trying to think about, because me and Imakuni both were given someone a stank eye. Maybe it wasn't someone, but something. Maybe it was Verizon. Vinny, how you feel about that Twitch clip? You mean the one that went mental? It's it's a hell of a thing. I don't know how it got so many views, but I know it was posted to Livestream Fails and some other places. But I don't know, I didn't think it was that good of a clip. It just... It's not better than the dead pig from the Museum of Anything Goes, that's for goddamn sure. That was my #1 clip, aside from Cuphead, which I think those two were, like, competing for a while. Like, how do I get down there? I can't get down there, I need the bomb. I don't have the bomb, though. What am I gonna do with the fuck? I have to, use a different portal? Different portal, okay. Bomb! Again, the only thing I don't love about that clip is that I was going absolutely mental, and that was like an impossible thing for me to have a nice calm reaction to. It was impossible, so I had to say that's impossible, like Luke. I don't know where it came from, I don't know why, but there you go. Top 10 regrets, #1. I did set it up, yeah, but not intentionally. I was just kind of riffing on the fact that this should not be happening. I also don't know what some of the guidelines are specifically. Like, is it okay for Peach to potentially do that to Purple Luigi live on Twitch? Is that okay? I just don't know anymore. I don't really know how to defeat this boss, but we're gonna... Whoa, 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 fuck off. Oh, okay. It's a series of, like, spider ball puzzles. Holy shit. Powerbomb, Guardian, Powerbomb dropping, Darkling, target can generate and fire high-yield explosives at will. Only massive kinetic damage will damage this enemy. Feed me, Seymour! Why'd you do that? Samus, please. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, you suck. You fucking mega suck! What am I doing? Why would you do by... Oh, this boss is anus. Oh, this is analingus, not even just anus. Oh man. I'm losing health. Very rapidly. Oh my god, why are you getting mental now? That wasn't happening before. Double? I know I have to lead the shots. I know I have to lead the shots. I'm just having a very hard time with it because I keep disconnecting from the fucking rail. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what I can't do. I'll tell you what I can't do. Die. So I can't keep a charge for boost ball after bomb jumping, I don't think. That's what I was trying to do over there. Couldn't do it. So shoot over there, yeah. No, not there. That was not where I said for you to shoot. My good plant. I got a break this time. I'm having an issue where now I'm disconnecting from the rail while boosting, which was not happening before! I don't know. The boost was really helping me out earlier. Now it's really, really not. How did this turn into such a difficult boss? Scattered health. Shoot that over here. Let's go ahead and shoot that shit right over here, yeah. No. Ow! Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. My own fault that time. It turns out little boosts can get you across. Sometimes. When the game is feeling generous. Oh my god! I don't understand how a plant is impervious to beam weaponry, please. Yeah, I know the light will heal me, I'm aware of that, but... you know, I got this. There we go. There we go. There we go. I got boosted. Damage boosted! Thank God. That wasn't quite as good as who's the big meat now. Wasn't a moment like that, but it's close. Ball puzzles. Finally. This has been an important upgrade. Superior meatus. So now I have access to a lot more shit. And if I'm lucky, I never have to come back to the bog. Oh wait, no, I definitely have to come back to the bog. Come on in here, lads. Okay. Now I think I have to portal the fuck out of here. So I might have already gone too far. Oh, energy tank. There's an energy tank. Okay, let's see if I can get that. Go that way. So is it in the light or dark world? It's in the light world. Live strategy guides. Is there a wiki strategy guide for games yet? Where people, like, crowdsource help for a video game? Strategy wiki? Isn't that just game facts? Well, it's just, you know, one person makes it. And some of the bigger gaming websites, they still hire people to do guides. Oh, I know. I know the website for crowdfunded strategy guides, FetLife.wiki. Gee, I wonder what that website is. I'm going to go there because I've never heard of it before. Oh. Oh, this is weird. Oh, wait a minute. I think I like this. Alright, time to look up Naked Luigi. The fuck do I attach? Oh. Powerbomb helps. Powerbomb solves everything. Grate contains densium. Exposure to polluted waters of the bog have weakened its structure. Oh, that's yellow. Obviously, it's fucking yellow. Aw, damn it. But I just used the power bomb. And now I'm out of power bomb. I need more power bomb. It seems like that's the most amount of crust. Exiting underwater or going underwater. Still no power bomb. Have to exit. Find power bomb, come back. What happens if I was stuck in- what would happen if I was stuck in there and did not have light or dark beam ammo? Charge shot? You can charge to fire one normal hit. Okay, that's convenient. Giant bathtub. Does not appear to be an E-tank. But whatever it is, I'll take it. It's just missiles. So, the E-tank is where exactly? Why aren't you playing the Wii version? Laziness, and also, look how good this looks. It's in the tubes that you ball through. That you ball through. couldn't you emulate the Wii version? Huh. Yes, I think. I kind of prefer using a controller to pointing at the screen with a Wii dong. But I know that the motion controls, the aiming is actually much improved on the Wii version. Oh, you could do keyboard and mouse, that's right. It's a little off, though. I watched a video of it where you play Metroid Prime with the keyboard and mouse, and it's so... what's the word I'm looking for? Like floaty looking, because the gun moves, but the camera doesn't. The arm cannon isn't in the middle at all times. So it's just... a little... it's unnatural. Someone just said that. It was unnatural, and I agree that it's just a strange thing. It seems like it would be cool if it could get maybe patched. Emulating leads to a path many consider to be unnatural. Oh, fuck off. Dark Blog, Darkling-possessed aquatic predator. Symbiote unable to harness creatures' sonic blast, relies on close combat attacks in battle, target weak spot and mouth to do damage. That is something I can access now, but I'm gonna check out this tunnel first. It's a shortcut? Oh, bellissimo. We were not prepared to fight a long war. The forces of our enemy outnumbered ours vastly. We sought a way to end the war quickly without extended combat. We decided to build a device to recover our lost planetary energy from dark aether. Without this energy, the dark world would cease to be, and our world would be restored to stability. The nut device. Is it here? I have to do, like, infinite bomb jumps. Awesome. I'm not good at this. Or am I? Fuck right off. Fuck am I gonna get up here? Oh! I did not see the spider wall. Anyway, here's spider wall. Today was gonna be the day they were gonna... What do spiders do? Build a web for you. So... hilarious. All the time. Someone in chat just said that blog has a sad life living in that small space. It's like a rat in a cage. Okay, well that is an extremely convenient shortcut. If you want the light beam missile combo, it's in Temple Grounds. I think I do want that, yeah. Despite all my rage, I'm still just a blog in a bog. Good one. I liked it. Holy fuck! I'm just not gonna bother with anything else anymore. It's just Dark Beam every day, all day. The unreasonably broken Dark Beam. Where's this lead to? I don't know where the fuck that goes, but we need to get there, I think. Jeep. This room certainly has a lot of technology.
Recording to logbook.
The Ing turned their focus on the Torvus Bog next, sending a vast force to lay siege to the temple there. Thousands upon thousands of Ing were destroyed by our warriors, yet they kept coming until there was no Luminoth alive to offer resistance in Torvus. On that day, the energy of Torvus was taken to dark aether, and our hopes for survival grew dim. Remember, you can make... I want you to know that there's a little bit of... I have a bit of an inspirational thing I want to tell you. I used to only eat Borglar. But then... I learned how to make Borglar. Anyone can do it, if you work hard enough. Just remember that. I think I pooped myself. Vinesauce is the height of humor. The pinnacle. Oh, man. This is the no patience zone. This is after you spend an extended amount of time doing a puzzle, or doing a thing in a video game, and not wanting to do it again, and then you enter the no patience zone. Some say it is a place of disturbing imagery. Disturbing video game deaths. A place where time has no meaning. I'm trying to get to that elevator. I would love to get to that elevator so I can get the shortcut there. I think I need the space jump for that, though. Or something else. Power bomb expansion. Why the fuck is there no Vine Borglar emote? No one made one, but also it would probably encourage me to do the voice, and I'm not bored of it yet, but I will be eventually, which will be to everybody's benefit. And would it be Bob? Would it be a Borglar itself? Would it, I mean Brob? Would it be Brob? Would it be Clementine, his daughter? Or would it be Dream, his son? A bootleg Bob, like a really awful looking Bob. Yeah, I feel like Simpsons gets the benefit of the bootlegs, but you don't get as many fucked up Bobs and Co. and Borglard people. Is this exactly how I got here? No, it's not. Ball, please. It's still mind-blowing for me to think that this is what became of the silly little Metroid game where the robot turns into a ball that I grew up with from the age of like 3 on. I feel like the series kind of peaked at this game. I know this one's a little bit divisive, but I think this is probably the one of the I don't mean peak, like Super Metroid is obviously the peak in a lot of ways, and that's my favorite Metroid game. But in terms of complexity and depth and, you know, how much stuff is in the game, I feel like this one, and also difficulty, challenge, and then Corruption, which is Metroid Prime 3, kind of took it back a little bit so that it would be more accessible. I guess to encourage sales and also to take advantage of the Wii's new casual fan base. And not that Metroid Prime 3 is bad, I've said this over and over and over again. I have fond memories of some of it, and I thought it was, at the time, a very good game, but I feel like this is where Retro pulled out all the stops and went mental, and really took advantage of this world and the upgrades and the ball and Samus. Someone said Super Metroid is so not the peak, every missile expansion is useless once you get the super missiles. Yeah, but the game is more than just missile expansions and super missiles. It's just a really beautiful atmospheric game. Remember, game's subjective and all that. Remember that? I mean, you're right. The super missiles are very overpowered in Super Metroid, but I don't think that's necessarily the place to judge the entire game upon. Like, it's a really... There's something about that game that, even though I feel Zero Mission plays better in some ways, and same with Fusion, like, the changes to the gameplay in those two games I love. They don't top Super Metroid for me. I don't know if it's nostalgia. It could be blind nostalgia from when I was young. But there is something indelibly amazing about Super Metroid. Whether it's the music, the atmosphere, the Babby, whether it's how fucked up Mother Brain looks, whether it's the return to Zebes, maybe it's just... I don't know, maybe it's everything. Maybe it's the level design. Zabiz. Zabesh. Zorbies. Can we just call it Zorbies? Okay, I think I found a better way to formulate my argument. I think this is the peak of Metroid's complexity. What about the Babby? What other M? We don't talk about other M on the stream. So I got a little distracted talking to the chat. Peak of Metroid's depth, maybe? That's a good argument. You know, I'm trying to formulate these thoughts about, you know, the series as a whole. As it is probably my favorite series. I say that about Metroid. If you know, put a gun to my head and said, Vinny, what's your favorite series? Now, I'd say Metroid. But there might be a little bit more thought that I'd have to put into that. Like, it depends on the mood I'm in. It could be Zelda. Could be Mario. Sometimes it's Mario. Sometimes it's Final Fantasy, even if I've not played the entire series. If Chrono Trigger had more than just 2 games, like if it wasn't just Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross, I would say Chrono. But they're so different, even though they take place in the same world. We had this discussion on stream not too long ago, but I can't really say that I would put it in the series category because it is something a little different than that, isn't it? At least it feels that way for me. Someone in chat just said, I say a series is 3 games or more. Yeah, because then it just feels, I mean, this is semantics. I'm sure people would have different thoughts about this, and I'm open to it. But I think that makes sense to me, like, at least 3. Otherwise, it's just a game and its sequel. Which is still a series, but... by my rules, I can't have Splatoon as a favorite series. These are bad rules. It's a duo. Yeah, sure. But these are my own personal wacky rules. Oh, Metal Gear. Yeah, I mean, considering my education in Metal Gear finally has concluded, you know, by me finally streaming Metal Gear Solid 3, 4, 5, Peace Walker, all in that one span of time 2 years ago. How the fuck do you beat Metal Gear as a series? Sometimes that is the best series for me, too. Stream Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. I am. So, the 20th anniversary of Metal Gear Solid 1 is coming up real soon. I'm gonna stream the first Metal Gear Solid for sure. I'm not sure when or if I'll be streaming 2. I mean, it's a definite, so never mind if. Yes, I will be streaming Metal Gear Solid 2. But not... maybe not this year, or maybe not right away. I know, I played 1 and 2. I played, Metal Gear Solid 1 is one of my favorite games. I put MGS in my top 10, if I had to make a list. MGS 1 is a top 10 game, for sure. 2, not so much. Someone said bomb the sand. Is that a thing? Twin Snakes or the PS1 version? It's gotta be the PS1 version. Though, if there was a combination of Twin Snakes and the PS1 version, it would be the perfect version. Like, the shooting and gameplay of Twin Snakes with the cutscenes and music of MGS PS1. I will be streaming the PlayStation 1 version when I do. Music is obviously very important to me in a video game, and I do not like what Silicon Knights did with the music for, Twin Snakes. It's just so bland. Okay, I think I can do this puzzle now. Or no. Yeah, I can. What about the Skyrim Fallout series? I like how you called it the Skyrim series. No, they're not my favorites. And again, I'm not a Fallout fanatic by any means. I jumped in like a charlatan, like a hack fraud with Fallout 3. I was not the biggest PC gamer. My PC gaming was limited to Half-Life, Warcraft, Command & Conquer, StarCraft, Diablo, and a couple other, like SWAT 2, a couple other assorted games, some point and clicks. But yeah, I mean, there's only so much lifetime you have for video games, and sadly I missed a lot of great PC games early on. Apparently there's a spider ball track that I have to look for. Oh, what about Half-Life as a series? Oh, that's interesting, because it is a series. People don't deny that. And there's only 2 of them, but there are episodes. There's episodic releases. That's interesting. That's interesting. Well, there's also, you know, Opposing Force, which is the best expansion of all time. Good for me. And Blue Shift, which was just kind of okay. I'm gonna count Half-Life as a series. My rule sucks. I hate it. I'd like to remove the rule from existence. Yeah, I'd have to put Half-Life up there for my favorite series. Because it's just a game I spent countless hours of my life on. Well, both of them. And I'm not talking about mods. Excuse me. Just playing through the campaign story over and over and over again. Where would the Kirby series be on that list? Pretty high, but not in my top 5. Alright, if I had to do top 5 series, I can't believe we're doing this. I'm doing top 5 lists. I had nothing else to talk about, so why not? We're gonna do Metroid, Zelda. We're gonna throw Mario up there. I don't know if this is in order. Then we're gonna do Final Fantasy. Half-Life. I'm gonna throw So that's top 5, and then the next ones that I would put up on that list, if there is a top 10, in no particular order, because that's too hard. You can't put me on the spot right now. And not even all of Final Fantasy, but the ones I love, I really, really love. Between 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and yes, even 10, sure. I just love those games so much that they belong on that list for sure. Look at these baby Metroids.
Recording to logbook.
Metroid Cocoon storage chamber for young Talon Metroids. Biomass to support Talon Metroid infants. Lacks armor or shielding. They are adorable, and they must be exterminated. Infinite Talon Metroid, genetically engineered energy parasite. Ramming attack will do minor damage. Exposure to Phazon will mutate them into a deadly version. So let's expand the list a little further to some other series. Donkey Kong, which includes Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong 64, throw it up there, why not? Because it's a game I liked a lot when I was younger. I mean, I put the Chrono series, even though it's just 2 of them, I'd just go ahead and, since I'm eliminating my rule of 2, we're gonna go ahead and throw Chrono Trigger on there. I would normally say Star Fox, but the only one that I ever really want to go back to is Star Fox 64. I mean, the Super Nintendo one is fine, it's cute, it's, you know, a breakthrough game and all that, but... I don't know. So, I can't put Star... Oh, Resident Evil, thank you. Yeah, yeah. Between Resident Evil 4 and 7, but also... You know, I played 5, I played 6. Those were... 5 was okay. 5 was pretty good. It was a good co-op game. Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 0... I didn't play 2, but I can't wait for the remake. I really can't wait for the remake. Even the fucking, some of the spin-offs were pretty good. For Resident Evil. What's the one for the 3DS that got ported over? That one was really good. Revelations, yeah, I like that one a lot. So there's definitely some good stuff in that series. Am I going to the Sanctuary Fortress to get the missile upgrade, or the light burst? Where am I going to burst that nurse? Temple Grounds? Okay, I got a little bit of a way to go. There's some stuff I'm gonna pick up on the way. Alright, so, backtracking, ahoy. That's fine. Let's get over there, let's do it. I'm gonna put Smash Brothers on the list. I would put Mario Kart, but I'm gonna put Mario Kart later, because Mario Kart's a great series. I have every game, you know, except the Game Boy Advance one, now that I think about it. But it's also not something that I want to put on my list for some reason, but Smash would definitely go up there. Metal Gear Solid. The Metal Gear series is probably in... it might even be in my top 5. So I might want to, like, displace something else and throw that in the top 5. Animal Crossing... I'm not as big of an Animal Crossing fan as some people are. It's in there. It could be in the top 10. It might be in the top 15. These are arbitrary numbers, but I am enjoying the categorization. I'm gonna say that Animal Crossing is somewhere around there, but it's... Yeah, I put a lot of hours of my life into Animal Crossing, so I can't even... Also in the top 10, if I have room for one more, Castlevania. Need to get to that, need to get to that white door. Mega Man would have been in there, but it's just been too long. You know, I'm hoping the new Mega Man will be pretty cool. I mean, if you count Mega Man X and Mega Man, then sure. And then Kirby would probably be... I mean, now we're getting into, like, top 15, which is just ridiculous. I'm just listing things I like. But you kind of have an idea of my favorite series if you've watched my streams, but if you haven't, there you go. What are your thoughts on Mega Man Zero? I've only ever played a little bit of that series. The first one I played was the first one, and it frustrated me, and I stopped. Vinny, how do you feel that you've played more Far Cry games than Half-Life games? Oof. Ouch. And they're fine. You know, the Far Cry series is fine. They're definitely fun. When that Martian DLC comes out, I'm certainly going to stream it. So that's a depressing thought. And no, Far Cry is not in my favorite series categories, for sure. It's just a fun shooty game when they come out. I wasn't even planning on playing Far Cry 5, but it happened. Bayonetta? Well, let's wait for the third one to come out. For now, I'm not gonna throw it on my top 10 list, or maybe even top 15, but I'll say that Bayonetta is one of the best action games I've ever played in my life. Bayonetta 2 specifically. 1 is great too. If they can nail the trilogy, that may end up being in my top 10. And I think they can do it. I really, really believe Platinum can make an amazing follow-up. They don't disappoint. What about Doom and Quake? Interesting. Interesting. Where would I put Doom and Quake? Not in my top 10. Maybe Doom would be somewhere in the top 15. Quake would probably be right there next to it. Then we're maybe talking about top 20. Let's do top 30. Fuck it. This is hard, man. Choosing your favorite series and then, like, forgetting about other ones that you've spent a lot of time with. But if I can be, like, totally fair, most of my Doom was spent with Doom 64 and the new Doom, and then I went back and, you know, I played Doom 1, but I didn't play as much of it. It wasn't until years later that I really started appreciating that series. Now I'm, you know, I love it, but it took me a while to really appreciate it and not take it for granted. Take it for granted. How the fuck do I get up here now? What about next Doom? Well, they're gonna reveal that at QuakeCon. They invited me to QuakeCon, which was awesome. I'm not going, though. I'm lazy. The fuck am I gonna do at QuakeCon? No, it's not Todd. Todd probably doesn't know about my existence. Which is for the best. I've said some things, man. Fuck that. Oh man, fuck that. Where am I going? What am I gotta get up here, and I don't know how to do it. Shit. Is this it? No, this takes me back there. Man, I'm not even gonna do this. I'm just gonna go back. This is the fucking backtracking Metroid stream of the year. This is the most intense 2-hour backtrack side quest, fetch quest, ass quest that I've ever experienced. And I'd say only like 20 minutes of it is my fault. Maybe, yeah, about 20 minutes of it is my fault for getting lost. And then the rest of it is just me playing the game as intended. The other path was a dead end? Okay. I did go, yeah, I went the long way around, and it was me wanting to explore and get all the stuff, but ultimately it ended in frustration. And like a couple missile expansions, which I probably will not need. But I'm still doing some backtracking because I want to get the Sunburst weapon. I guess next time on Metroid Prime we'll make more progress. I mean, there's definitely been progress made. This is all very necessary shit. There was some Metroid Prime 4 news today. Reggie, when asked about it, said, "It's coming along nicely." And that's it. Vinny, are you good at navigating? Not really. I spent... Oh, well, you know, Diablo's another series I could list, but it's not in my top 15. Warcraft... I would not count World of Warcraft because that's its own thing. You can say World of Warcraft is almost its own series. But I played it, you know, like many of us did. And it was, for a while, pretty fucking cool. Oh, Monkey Ball's a great series. Yeah, but there's a lot of not good Monkey Ball. But Warcraft... I was in love with Warcraft 2 and Warcraft 3. I spent years of my life in those games. And I was just so disappointed. Like, I'm not happy about the current state of real-time strategy. Though maybe it does need to evolve a bit. The learning curve is like a jagged cliff. And, there's a lot of things that maybe could be, like, streamlined a bit. I don't know. Whatever the case is it here? Chat? It is. Vinny, did you like StarCraft 2? I really liked StarCraft 2. I was terrible at it, but man, for a little while that game hooked me. Every now and then I have these, like, romanticized thoughts of going back to StarCraft 2 and being great at it. But I know it's gonna end in, like, misery, so I don't. But it also ate up so much of my time. And then Diablo 3 came out, and that ate up so much of my time, too. And then I realized that, I should probably stay away from these games. Though, as much as, and again, this is not a new conversation for this stream, as much as Diablo 3 took up my time, it didn't take up even 1/3 of the amount of time I spent playing Diablo 2. So, if Blizzard ever makes another Diablo, if they get it a little closer to the magic of Diablo 2, I fear for my productivity. I fear for my life. Zerg, Protoss, or Terran? I played Terran. I'm a very, very lame human being. I started learning. I was never, like, crazy about StarCraft, like, so I never learned all the races. I knew how to play them, but I just spent my time doing, Terran stuff because it was- I like the siege tanks and everything. It's another dead end. Thank you, Jesus. Finally, after all this time, I can take out this door. I've been waiting for this. It's a very satisfying feeling to go back to an area and be able to do everything in that area. Random question, but do you still play your SNES Classic? Nope. Generally, you know the games I play. I would boot it up again for a stream. If I wanted to play one of those games, I would boot it up. Or if someone wanted to play, you know, something, I'd bring it over a friend's house. So I don't... I think it'll get more use, but I knew it was gonna be one of those things that just kind of sat there until I decided to boot it up again. And the real issue is, I don't want an NES Classic because it's just going to be a collector's item thing, and I don't really want that. This is just fucking swell. Enter from the other side to reach the portal. Oh god. God damn it. Alright. I'm gonna get this today, and then that will be the final thing I do. So Mario Tennis will be happening, but I might need about 10 more minutes. Like, holy fuck. Do you have screw attack? No. Use your dark visor, there were invisible platforms. Is that true? Jape. I like that band less than Jape. Do you know them? Oh yeah, Jape's Addiction is a good one. Yeah, Hootie. What you don't realize about this suit that Samus is currently wearing is that it is a reverse-engineered yo-yo combined with the Varia suit to create the ultimate in ridiculous power. This elevator right here. I love the way the light suit looks too. I really believe that, yeah, this game had the best armor. It had the best looking armor of the Prime games. Even if this one is a little ridiculous, I still think it looks awesome. Here we go. Did I go the right way? I think I did. Man, I don't know anymore. This game is giving me, like, weird anxiety of going the wrong way and then getting stuck and lost in an area for, like, 20 minutes. Yeah, this is the right way. And, as a bonus for spending all this time, I get a nice energy tank. Get this thing. What's the scariest Nintendo game I've ever played? The piano in Mario 64? Or Eternal Darkness, which is not... You know, that's not a Nintendo game. It's a Nintendo-published game, right? It's a GameCube exclusive. It's not very scary, but it's disturbing and Lovecraftian and amazing. Also, the Ocarina of Time... I kind of screwed up a little bit. The Ocarina of Time well. None of these things are particularly, like, you know, ultra scary. But they're just, you know, it's a couple disturbing things here and there, because it's like Nintendo, you don't expect it. You know, if you're playing a Resident Evil game, you're gonna get some, like, dogs jumping through windows. You know what you're in for, mostly. But when you boot up Ocarina or Mario 64, when those things happen, it's like, oh, that's, like, really uncharacteristically fucking creepy. Oh, I see what this is now. I think Majora's Mask is also a pretty creepy game. Again, not in, like, you know, jump scares or anything like that, but just some of the shit that happens in that game, and some of the, like the abduction and, what's the... Cafe? That stuff, knowing that the world is gonna end. There's some really dark themes in that game. I was waiting or looking for the 5th secret missile slot, but there was no 5th. Earthbound, yeah. I mean, playing Earthbound recently for the first time, it didn't exactly scare me, but there's some semi-disturbing shit. The Gygas stuff is straight up nightmares. Someone in chat just said he'll never play Mother 3. Well, not with that attitude, I won't. Do you remember when Resident Evil 4 was a GameCube exclusive? That was another one of those Nintendo trying to break their, this is for babies only image. They did that with Eternal Darkness. They had the Resident Evil series, including the Resident Evil remake. They had Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 4. For a little while there, they had a couple things. There was the chainsaw controller. And then the Wii happened. And it was just a bunch of old people in retirement homes. And after the initial hysteria wore off, a couple years later, the Wii was the laughingstock of the console world. No wonder the Wii U is so... I mean, aside from the Wii U having piss-poor marketing, a bad name, bizarre functionality, and some questionable launch games, I don't think the Wii brand did it any favors. I mean, my friends, you know, we were playing Xbox 360, or, you know, PS3, a lot of us were playing. I wasn't playing PS3, but, the only thing we really used the Wii for was Smash Brothers. We played Brawl, and that was it. Sometimes Mario Kart. I mean, I played the fuck out of the Wii, because it had great games. But not many of my friends were into it. I'm just talking about the multiplayer stuff. Otherwise, it was just a laughed-at console that no one wanted. Cool, there it is. And also, with the Wii, it was more an issue of, like, at the time, online gaming was the it thing for a lot of people, right? Like, a lot of my friends were really into, I hate to say it, but Call of Duty, Gears of War, GTA Online, a bunch of other shit. And the Wii barely had online, and when it did, it lagged like assholes, which was Smash Brawl. So, just an unfortunate thing, like, it didn't capture that. It got the motion control zeitgeist really, really amazingly. And was a hugely successful and popular system. But it's such an anomaly, too, because when it comes to, like, a lot of people that actually played games at the time, like, regularly, a lotly, you know, that weren't, like, hardcore Nintendo fans, yeah, they were just playing Call of Duty. They wanted to play online games, because the online thing was just starting to, like, blow up. You don't die, do you? I'm gonna try out my new weapon in a second. I'm gonna head to a save point. Also, I love this corridor so much. Look at it. It's gross. Trying out your new weapon was the entire point of those enemies. Oh yeah, you're right. Well, fuck. I'm gonna do the save point at the elevator. At the, other place. Guess we're gonna use it on one of these fellers. It's cool. I mean, it's not as cool as the Dark Burst, but it's... I like that light is represented in this game with like a hint of the colors of the rainbow. It seems obvious, but I don't know. Maybe it's not as obvious. As one might think. So let's recap the progress. Lots of missiles that will not get be used. Power bombs, which is great. Optional sunburst weapon for nursts that need to be lightly bursted. And guess that's about it. It can be used a lotly, yes it can. Vinny, did you know that there is a hidden Easter egg in this game that you can access? Here is a tutorial on how to reach it with a link to a YouTube video. It's gonna start like this. Or time to take a piss. Guaranteed.
Rode the Hasselhoff, and I brought the crown back!
Alright, we get the point.
So,
Okay, it's SpongeBob.
yeah, I'm a kid, and I'm also a goofball, and a wingnut, and a knucklehead McSpagatron!
What's going on here?
But most of all, I'm...
Hey, settle down.
I'm...
Take it easy.
I'm-
What the?
I'm a gnome, and you've been gnomed.
Oh. It's kinda right. Alright, well, there's new technology that needs to be recovered for next time on Metroid Prime. Even though I am doing a lot of backtracking, I'm still having a lot of fun playing this. There's just something about this world, about being in Samus's suit. It's just so fun. I don't know what it is. We're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna return with Mario Tennis Aces story mode. So please stick around for a couple minutes, and I will be right back for some rage. Stick around.